Hi everybody, Coyote here. I've got a really fun mat jam activity for you. We're going to be doing some tie-dye using natural dyes. So the things that you're going to need are some wool or string, something to tie up with, something like a white t-shirt, white pair of socks, even if you want you could just use squares of material. It needs to be white and it needs to be cotton. Cotton's the very best as it takes the dye better than synthetic fibres. We're going to need a pot of dye fluid, and this is mine, which is currently just heating up on the stove again because I did mine yesterday. Now I'm using avocado, so I had the avocado skin and the pip, and I put it in some water and I boiled it all up until all the colour came out. Then you take out whatever it is, strain it out and just keep the fluid that you've got with the dye in. So other things that you can use, they're all going to be fruit or vegetable. So you can either have onion skins, I know they work, and if you use the orangey ones you get like an orange colour. I've never used red onion skins, so that could be quite fun to see what colour you get with those. You can use crushed up spinach. You can use blueberries, beetroot, anything really that when you cook it, it leaves a lot of colour in the cooking liquid. And if we think about this as an experiment, just take what you've got, give it a try. If it doesn't dye the material, then you've learned something. You know that that doesn't act as a dye. So we can play about with this and have fun. So I've got my dye on the stove getting hot, so you're going to need an adult to help you with that. And now I'm going to show you what to do with the material that you've got. Now the idea is that you scrunch it all up, you tie it in different ways, and then where you've scrunched it and tied it, because it's all tightly together, the dye can't work its way through. So the bits that are flat and loose take up the dye, and the bits that are all scrunched and tight don't. So you end up with really nice patterns formed on the material. And how you tie your material is entirely up to you. Again, we can have fun with this. It doesn't have to be prescriptive. Use your imagination and just do as you please and see what the results are. So this is my t-shirt, and I am going to make some squarely bits like this. I'm going to pull it, twist it, and then I'm going to tie it. As well as needing someone to help you with the boiling material, the dye, sorry, you're probably going to need someone to help you tie as well, because it can be quite difficult to hold the material in position and fasten knots on. But I've got a little bit of practice so I can manage, but you might find you need some help to do this bit. So I'm just taking hold of one layer of the material, pulling it up, twisting it round tight, and then folding it on itself and tying it up. Now I've done this sort of pattern before, so I know what this one will look like. So although it's great fun, I'm also going to do a bit of experimenting and do something different as well. So I think across the shoulder bit here, I'm actually going to take quite a bit of the material and tie a knot if I can. There we go, it's a knot. And then on the back, I think I'm going to try a different pattern as well. And I'm going to take it like this and scrunch it. Ah, my knot's come undone. I'll redo that in a minute. I'm going to twist it. Twist it, twist it, twist it. And then fasten it up. as you can see, it can be quite fiddly doing this bit on your own. So you could either get mum or dad to help you, or maybe if you've got a brother or sister, you could do it together as a little activity. So twist, twist, and fasten with a knot. And I think I'm going to go not a very good knot there, was it, from Coyote? I think maybe I need to join the Scouts or Beavers or something to learn how to knot. There we go. Just tuck that under there. There we have it. So we've got a funny old shaped t-shirt now. It's full of knots and wrinkles and all sorts of things. And when you dye the material, before you put it into your dye liquid, it needs to be wet. So I'm just going to go to the sink and wet it all down. There we go. It's all nicely wet. And while we've been talking, you can see that this liquid has now come to a boil. So I'm going to put my t-shirt in. Poke it down. So you can come and have a look if you like at what it looks like. So now we can decide either if you're in a bit of a hurry and you want to see your results quickly, you can boil this for maybe an hour. Just keep an eye on the level of the liquid because you don't want it all boiling away and drying up. Or if you like, you could just turn the heat off once it's come back to the boil with the t-shirt in there. Turn it off and leave it and come back to it the next day. It's up to you what you decide to do. And you can have a little look at how, as it progresses, have a little look at the little bits of material that you can see that are flat and see if it looks like they've taken up any of the dye. So it gives you a little clue as to if it's worked or not. Now, as I say, I've never used avocado skin. I was told that it was a really good dye, but I've never used it, so it's going to be interesting for me to see if this actually works. If you want to guarantee, as I said earlier, if you really want to make sure that this isn't an experiment and you do get a good tie-dye, then use onion skins, because I know for a fact that they definitely work. And if you use the yellow orangey ones, you'll get a bright yellow orangey colour. So that's all for now, guys. We're at a stage where it just needs to sit. And I'm not going to keep chatting for the hour, that I'm going to keep it on boil. But we'll come back later, so there'll be a part 2 where we take the t-shirt out of the dye and see what it looks like. Fingers crossed that we end up with some really nice patterns. And don't forget to post yours on the Facebook page, because I'm really, really looking forward to seeing all the great patterns and things that you've managed to make. And also, if it doesn't work, maybe you can let us know what you used. And then as a team, we'll have a really good idea of what dyes work and what dyes won't. So bye for now, everybody, and see you in part 2. Hi everyone, welcome back. So I've had my t-shirt boiling away in the dye solution for over an hour, and then I just let it sit and dry off, and as you can see, it's no longer white, but it's gone sort of like a yucky pink. But let's see, here's the big reveal. So So I'm going to start cutting all of the string. Be careful as you cut the string, just to make sure you don't nick the material. And then I'm going to undo, and here we have it. This was where we did the front ruffle, which is okay, but not terribly clear. But the back's better, so these are the traditional big round ones that you can do. And you can see that you've got a nice pattern on the back. So, good luck guys. I hope yours turns out and looks something like this, or better, or let's hope. Thanks everyone, take care, see you soon hopefully. Bye.